Hello, my dear student. How are you all? In my first video, I told you. In the second video, I will discuss about the factors to be considered for preparing journal. So now let us some discussion on this factor. You please open the page number 68 of your book. Now you see the first factor, factor number A. No accounts will be opened under the name of goods, materials, check, etc. Means in the name of goods, materials or check, you cannot open any account. For example, if you purchase goods, you cannot write goods account debit. You have to write purchase account debit. Same way, if you sell the goods, you cannot write goods account credit. You have to write sales account credit. Same way, in the name of materials also, if you buy one material, you cannot write material account debit. Okay, if it is the business goods, means the sellable goods, then you have to write purchase account, or if it is sales, then it will be sales account. And if you buy any particular fixed assets, then you have to write the name of that fixed assets. You cannot write material account. Same way, you cannot write the check account also. Sometimes you will get check and sometimes you will give check also. In that case, you have to write bank account. If you get the check, then you have to write bank account debit. If you give the check, then you have to write bank account credit. I think you understand the matter. Now come to the point, factor number B. If the name of the seller and buyer respectively for the goods purchase and goods sales are mentioned, means if you get the name of the buyer or seller in the transaction only and nothing mentioned beside the name like check, bank or cash, nothing is mentioned. In that case, you have to consider this is goods purchased on credit, or if it is sold goods, then you have to consider sell goods on credit. So in that case, you have to write the creditors. If it is purchased, then creditors account credit, or if there is name, you can write the name of that supplier. Means, or same way, whatever in the book written, creditors within bracket the name, you can write this way. Same way, if it is sales, then you have to write the name of the account or debtors account debit, and then sales account will be credit. Okay, so the factor is the goods bought or goods sold. Only the seller or buyer name is mentioned. No check, no cash, nothing mentioned. In that case, you have to consider it is goods purchased on credit or goods sold on credit. Okay. Now come to the factor number C. Goods bought or sold on credit is mentioned, but the name of the seller or buyer not mentioned. Okay, it's very much easy. If the buyer and seller name is mentioned, we can write the name of the buyer or seller. If no name is mentioned, then if it is selling goods, then you have to write debtors account. If it is purchase of goods, then you have to write creditors account in that case, in absence of the name of the buyer and seller. Okay, so example given here, please see the example. Factor number 4 means D. For purchase return or sales return. If you get any journal which is purchase return or sales return, okay, in that case, you have to consider, if it is purchase return, you have to consider the goods purchased earlier on credit, now it is returned. If it is sales return, then you have to consider the goods sold earlier to a customer, now it is returned. Okay, so in that case also you have to use the creditors account and the debtors account. If it is sales return, then debtors account. If it is purchase return, then creditors account. Now, next factors, if you buy any assets, new or old, you cannot use new asset account or old asset account. Okay, don't use any word new or old. Just you have to write, if it is furniture, you have to write furniture account. If it is machinery, you have to write machinery account. If it is motor vehicle, then you have to write motor vehicle account. You cannot write new furniture, new motor vehicle, or new machinery, or old machinery, old furniture like this. No, don't use any other word like old or new. Let us come to the next factor, factor number F. There will be no account under the name of individuals or institute for income and expense generally. If the income and expense, then you have to write the particular name of the income and the head of that expense. Means you are paying salary to Mr. X. You cannot write X account debit because you are paying salary. So your expense is salary. So you have to write salary account debit. And if you pay the cash, then cash account credit. If you pay the salary by check, then bank account will be credit. But don't forget, you cannot write the name of the person who is taking salary. Okay? And same way, if you buy some stationery item, okay, you have to write stationery account debit. Okay, if you buy stationery on credit, then you have to write also stationery account debit and the stationery due or the stationery supplier account credit. Don't write the name of the supplier. Okay, otherwise it will be mixed with the credit purchase of goods. Okay. Now come to the factor number G. Amount of the goods decrease because of goods is used personally or distributed free of goods for advertisement, or some goods may be stolen or destroyed like this. Means goods is reducing. In that case, you have to consider that goods will decrease from the purchase account, purchase goods. Okay. In that case, you have to do purchase account credit. And if the goods taken by the owner personally, then it is drawing, is discussed previously also. If the owner take anything from the business for personal use, that is drawings. So owners is taking goods from the business for personal use, that one will be drawing debit. But in that case, purchase account will be credit since he is taking goods, not cash. Okay. Now, number A is withdrawn from business. It means the owner, only owner can withdraw something from the business. So anything if you get withdrawn from the business, that means drawings account debit. Okay, if cash, then cash account credit. If goods, then purchase account will be credit. Okay. Or if it is mentioned withdrawn from bank, then you have to consider you are drawing money from the bank for your business. That is not drawing. That one will be cash account debit, bank account credit. Now, next one, goods, cash, any asset stolen or destroyed will be recorded in the sundry loss account. Yes, anything, any goods if you lose, any cash or any asset stolen. Okay, in that case, you have to, it is your miscellaneous loss or sundry loss, you have to write sundry loss account debit. Okay. And if it is goods, then you have to write purchase account credit. If it is cash, then you have to write cash account credit. But debit will be the sundry loss. Next one, J. Bank account will be always affected by bank interest allowed and bank charge taken by the bank. Okay, if the bank give you any interest or take any charge from your account, both the cases, there will be bank account you have to write. If you get the interest, then bank account debit, bank interest account is your income, so that one will be credit. But if the bank takes surge from your account, that is your expense. So bank surge account will be debit and bank account will be credit in that case. And now number K, if the value of the fixed asset decrease because of using, means this is actually depreciation. We know depreciation can be calculated only the tangible fixed asset. Okay, if you buy one fixed asset, then you will start it using. After using, every year the value of the fixed asset will be decreased, and that decreased value is known as depreciation. So depreciation is the non-cash expense for the business. Okay, so since it is expense, so it is debit. So depreciation account will be debit, and then accumulated depreciation, that particular asset within bracket, will be credit. Next number is L, check received from any source. Previously I told if you get any check, you cannot write check account. You have to write bank account. If you get check, you have to write bank account. If you give check, you have to write bank account credit. Getting check, bank account debit. Don't write check account debit or check account credit. Okay, and now if you get check by selling goods, then sales will be credit. If you get any check from the debtors, then debtors account will be credit. That is the credit part. But if you get check, bank account will be debit. But if you give check, bank account will be credit. Okay. Now number M, any service got from owner or provided to owner will be capital account and drawing account. Means if the business get any service from the owner, that will be the additional capital. And if the owner take any service from the business, that is drawing. Means business salary, business right now, there may be no money right now in the business. So owner personally can pay the salary of the employee. So that is, salary is the expense for the business, but paid the money by the owner. So that one will be salary account debit, capital account credit, not cash account credit, because from the business cash is not going. So that's why it will be capital account credit, because owner is personally paid that salary. Same way, if the owner take anything from the business for his personal use, we know it is drawing. Okay, owner can take goods, owner can take cash, whatever it is. If anything owner taken from the business for personal use, that one will be treated as drawings. So drawings account debit. If cash, then cash account credit. If goods, then purchase account credit. Now last factors is discount allowed or receipt at the settlement of receivable and payable of the debtors and creditors. So discount allowed means you are giving or allowing discount so to someone else, and discount receipt means you are getting discount from somebody. So discount allowed is your expense. So all expense we know it is debit. So discount allowed account will be debit. And now thing is that we are allowing discount to whom? We are allowing discount those who are paying money to us. Okay, who are paying money to us? The debtors is paying money to us because we are getting money from the debtor. So that's why when debtors are paying money to us, on that time we are giving them some discount. So that's why discount allowed is expense, and since we are giving discount to the debtors, so debtors account will be credit in that case. Okay, and same way discount receipt. We know anything received is income. Discount is revenue. So discount we are getting. So discount receipt is income. But from where we are getting the discount? If we pay some money to others, usually in business we are paying the money to the creditors. So when we are paying the money to the creditors, sometimes we are paying some little less money to the creditors, or creditors is allowing us some discount. That is discount receipt. This is our gaining. So that's why discount receipt is income for us. It is credit, and we are getting that discount from the creditors. That's why creditors account will be debit in that case. So that's all of the factors of the journal which is given in the book. If you study these factors again and again, it will be very clear to you. And when we'll do we'll practice the math, whatever problem will come, on the spot we will discuss that things. But you have to read the factors and the rule carefully, otherwise it will be difficult to understand for you. So I like to conclude here today. Today I will not do any practical math, because if we want to do the math practically, the video actually is it will be longer. So that's why we have to make the short video so that you can easily you can listen, you can watch, and you can understand. So that's why whatever discussion I have done today, so listen carefully, and when you listen the video, just keep the book in front of you, so that you listen my lecture and same way you will just observe your book. Then it will be easy. The combination from the teacher's lecture and the combination from the book, then it will be easy. And if you feel any discrepancy or anything difficulties, then just WhatsApp me in my personal number, so that I can clarify you and I can do further discussion for you. So thank you very much for watching the video, and next time we will come, I will make the video with the other topics, maybe for the journal or other things. By this time, please study at home, don't waste your time, and the same thing, don't go outside unnecessarily. Stay just safely at home. So have a nice day. And since this video I made today is the Bengali New Year, so Shubho Noboborsho তোমাদের সবাইকে শুভ নববর্ষ। আমি এটা বাংলায় বললাম কারণ যেহেতু এটা বাংলা নববর্ষ। ওকে, সো থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ।